being a good person has zero to do with somebody being attractive. So can these men be 10s? Yeah, and they can be 1s as well. There's no correlation.
Yeah, I once dated a guy. Almost everyone that knows me was like, Eleni, what? And I was like, he's not that unattractive. I guess wasn't what they thought I'd go for, because normally I do go for an 8 and 9. And this guy, in their opinion, probably sat at like a 5 or a 4. I was like, I don't care, I like him.
All right, second time is the charm. So hello to the guys watching. This is another episode of the Man Manual podcast. Now, here's the thing. That's a woman sitting opposite me. Yeah, and there's elements of the internet that would have you believe that she is the enemy, right? And sometimes when I speak to her, I'm inclined to agree. However, if you're here, you realize that actually we're all just human beings. We're all souls inside bodies. And this online narrative of like men being the problem or women being the problem is actually all BS. And we're here to find some sort of understanding, right? And with that, I've got my favorite nemesis back here again for another episode. Miss Eleni Constantino, hello.
Hello, welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here to be had.
Tell them where we're at.
So we're in Thailand.
We are?
Yeah, we are. And we had an interesting day. So what did we do? We played with some lions. Mm-hmm. That was actually sick, though. Mm-hmm. Actually, we're going to have it on screen right now. But
Make sure you do, because last time you said something about having something on screen and it wasn't.
You know I didn't. But then I actually released the clip of that
did?
segment today, and then I did put it in.
What were the views saying of that one?
Like, it was literally today. So it's had like 60 views or so far.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, so we played with the lions, and then we did Muay Thai.
We did.
Which was knackering.
Which was really good.
But actually fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're here.
No, then we had some food.
Oh, yeah, we did have food as well.
And then now we're here.
Yeah, and we rode around Phuket as well on the motorbike.
Well, you rode around. I was passenger princess. But
Okay, so I rode us around Phuket.
Yeah.
Okay. I did the manly thing. So anyway, point is this. Oh, God, that laugh. Like, that came from your soul. Usually when I'm with someone, I talk to them about like their love life, and the conversation goes where it goes. But the times I've had you here before, we've been speaking about specific topics. So
like the last video was about my Hinge experience.
Yeah.
And I guess what I want in a man.
Yeah. So
today, what would you like to talk about?
Everything. I want it to just go where it goes. So like, what's going on? What's happening? What's the deal? What is real for you right now?
Wow. Okay.
What's the first thing that came to mind when I said that?
That I am out here in Thailand healing from losing my dog.
Do you want to talk about
that?
Do
you want to go with that?
Okay, but you want to talk about
I don't want to go too deep into it now. It's still very vulnerable. Sorry to disappoint you, Kieren, that if you wanted to go into the grieving process of my baby boy. But it was interesting because someone put in the comments about if you want to find a man or whatever, get a dog. And I was like, I had one, but yeah.
So you said to me that you prefer animals to people. Is that because animals are more honest and trustworthy? And you feel like you can trust animals in a way that you can't trust people?
Yeah, like with my dog, for example, if he tried to do something cheeky, it's just out of being cheeky. It was never to hurt or to disguise or that's why they say, oh my God, very controversial comment for what I'm about to say. Mm-hmm. But they say dogs go straight to heaven because they have done no evil.
That's a controversial comment.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it is, don't you think?
Is it? So dogs go straight to heaven?
Well, religion full stop is controversial, let alone me making that comment. But that's what I've heard. And it just gives me comfort, so that's what I choose to believe.
Something I'm getting from you is that I feel like you feel like there's a small number of people that you can really trust.
Oh, 1,000%.
And that you're kind of like largely on your own. Is that true?
I think we're all on our own.
So that means yes then.
Yeah.
That's just like another way of saying yes.
Yeah.
So your dog was like a real companion and like a kind of soul partner in a way.
Yeah. He was someone that I had to care for. He was really ill. So he had a heart murmur. He had Cushing's disease. He had arthritis, and he was getting older, so it meant like picking him up to take him upstairs. He had a bed in the car downstairs, a bit on the sofa. He had a bed on the landing, like, do you know what I mean, for him to like chill. So I cared for him a lot, and where I lived alone with him, now he's gone, I've noticed through my grieving process that I'm in the part of filling the void of not being able to care and give love to something. And I've had people comment and be like, oh, well, you could pour that into another hobby. And I'm like, yeah, but kind of just like what I'm doing now. It's like, oh, well, you could pour it into a man. It's like, yeah, but we already know where we're at with that. And it's like, oh, but you could pour it into another dog. It's like, yeah, but I'm not going to, he's irreplaceable. And it's too raw right now to even think about that. And equally, I don't want the responsibility of another dog. I've had a dog for 14 years. Like, I kind of want to enjoy this, like, space. Do you know what I mean? So I decided to pour it into me.
So something that I'm getting from everything that you said, I just noticed that your toenails are matching your outfit. I don't know if that's deliberate, but
No, you're saying that to draw people's attention to my feet.
oh yeah, because we spoke about the engagement. Well, yeah, fine.
Do you reckon I could get away with the foot page though? They're short and
I mean, there's only one way to
they're
find.
small. Someone once joked and said that my feet look like Sour Patch, and they weren't wrong. I was
Look
like, yo,
like
you're
what?
right. You know the sweet Sour Patch. Let's not zoom in on my
What do
feet
they
there.
look like though?
Sour Patch.
They look like your feet.
Shall I show you a picture quickly?
Anyway, the point being, we could have this in the comments. So, should Eleni start a foot page? And if she did, theoretically speaking, would you sign up? And if you would, theoretically speaking, how much would you pay for membership? Let us know in the comments. But anyway, yeah, that's actually,
Where's the...
yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. So anyway, getting back on topic. So here's something I have just kind of intuited from what you were just saying.
I feel like it's the most you've listened to me today.
What do you mean? I always listen to you. Like when you speak, I'm present. Okay, present.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one else. It's just me and you. Mm-hmm. Now, so yeah, here's something I've intuited about you. So you present as being like very confident. You have lots of humor. You tease mercilessly. You don't stop, right? You do all of that, but actually at the core and the surface, you've got a huge heart, like a massive heart, and you actually really want to love. You want to like love and be loved. That's how it feels to me.
Yeah, love and be loved. Yeah.
Yeah. And your dog gave you the ability to do that in a way that you could trust. Mm-hmm. But the difficulty is finding human beings with whom you can experience that same connection. So then that makes me think, all right, so when you're there bantering and you're cracking your little jokes, to what degree is that possibly like a defense mechanism?
Why can it not just be
It can be.
me?
It can be.
I don't
That's
think
why I'm
it's a
asking.
defense. Wouldn't a defense mechanism be if someone came towards me that I didn't trust or something like that, and then I bantered to defend?
But you've told me that you don't trust people in general.
No, my normal motto is trust until it's broken. I don't meet someone and don't trust, and they've got to prove their trust. Do you know what I mean? But equally, I don't trust a lot of people. Like, I'm a very private person. I don't trust a lot of people because I don't even want to risk it. And like, there's certain things that I don't want the world knowing, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I do have a small amount. Like, I'll tell someone something and I'll be like, look, between me and you, like, I can't be hearing it elsewhere. And they're like, yeah, got you. Like, you already know. I'm like, cool. And then, do you get me?
Yeah, I do. So something that I find to be interesting about people is how we can have two things about us that are very true at the same time, but they might be polar opposite. So you're very strong and confident.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you are actually a teddy bear. Like, there's that soft, whatever we want to call it, like that soft, gooey part of you that's inside.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, marshmallow.
Like a jelly bean.
Yeah, and like a marshmallow that's been heated up slightly as well, you know, like when they roast them on the fire and then inside it's gooey.
They taste good.
Yeah, you're actually like that too. And I'm kind of the same in that there's things about me. People meet me and they see this and they go, okay, so this is Kieren. I know who Kieren is. I know what Kieren is. But there's so much other stuff to me as well that's kind of under the surface. So
I feel like that's with a lot of people though.
I guess. Yeah, like nobody's actually what they appear to be.
No. Well, I can only speak for myself. I am what I appear to be, but I am more.
That's what I
And
mean.
it's. Do people give? Are people willing to give what they see a chance to go and understand more? And I think where it can be misguided is that a lot of people, I don't know what kind of people these people are. I don't want to get the description wrong, but a lot of people will see and judge, good or bad, but will judge. A bit like someone will see Beyonce and be like, oh, like how cool, she earns all this money, she's this beautiful. But how about like, there could be a side to her that gets anxiety before stepping on stage and then she does and it's an alter ego. Or how about that she hates when she hasn't got, I don't know, weaving, or I don't know, do you know what I mean? Or she just had kids, so it's like maybe, so that's where I'm saying like there's more than what some people might see. And I think that's with everyone, but it's, are people willing to go past
I do agree with
past
that. Another thing I said, you said you are what you appear to be. Probably not. Because when you say you are what you appear to be, what you mean is I'm not being fake. So I am presenting myself as I truly am.
Yeah.
But how you appear to be is different to every person who looks at you. So like people just look at you through their own lenses. Like that conversation we had earlier where people being triggered by aspects about you. So someone will see you and then they're not really seeing you. Like they're subconsciously just making assumptions on you based on various things that parts of you trigger and represent. And then that's what they see. And that's not even you at all. So it's like whatever you think of as Kieren isn't actually Kieren. It only lives in your head. The version of me that you think I am lives in your head. And it's the same with everybody. Everyone is even looking at me now. There's billions of different versions of me that people think exist, but they only exist in the minds of the people who think of me.
Then it also depends on when they met you and how they met you.
Huh?
So like a big reason why I was like, right, I want to like go away and get away and be somewhere else is I went and did this interview, and in this interview, I had a lot of people like just come like give me a lot of attention, and it was a little bit overwhelming for me. I didn't expect it.
The interview you told me about.
Yeah. And then after that, that's when I was like, okay, let's say this interview process leads to something more. I can't be going into this with how I'm feeling. Like I have to feel a bit more whole than what I feel right now, because I was vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? So those people that met me will have an opinion of me, but is that the true opinion of me, or is it the opinion of me from that phase of my life? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Like they met me at that phase of my life and that's okay. What I'm saying is though, that's where I agree with what you're saying, because the people's opinions obviously will come from like how they met you in that moment. You know, like someone might have met me today for the first time earlier and I looked way more of a mess than I do right now. And they might have that opinion, like they might be like, oh my gosh, she's scrubby. But it's like, well, I didn't have my suitcase and I literally just landed, like, you know what I mean? So I was a little bit more discombobulated than I am now. So people will have those opinions, but I guess it's like, how deep do you want to think about it? Because I definitely don't think about it that much. But this interview thing, the reason why I thought about it more is because I was like, if this proceeds and I don't fix myself or don't become a bit more whole and work on my healing, then it might lead to a path that I don't want it to lead down.
So what are you doing to become whole?
Pouring into me.
Well, what does that mean?
Traveling, exploring, not letting fear stop me, building on my experience, giving me time away from a house that I basically raised my dog in, that has memories of him everywhere. I'm just putting myself away from that to just give me time to focus on my healing.
Is it just a case of overcoming the grief, or is there anything else?
It's also that the silver lining is that I get to travel, because when I had him, like I'd be able to go away for like 2 weeks max. And the last time I did that was last April because of his illness.
So I've largely been in the UK for like the past 2 years, and it has gotten me down. because the way I feel is that when I'm in Birmingham, it's like I'm being compressed. I don't feel like I'm myself at all. But for family issues, I had to be back at home. And it built and built and built till I've reached a point where I was like, nah, I actually just need to go and I need to leave. And since I've done that, it's like not only like a weight off my shoulders, but it's like I'm feeling more like me. And this is the crazy thing. It's like I feel like myself when I'm away from the place that I grew up in. And
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, you could have a field day talking about that. But which actually, I wonder if that might be true of you as well. But in terms of like growth, traveling has been the best for me, really. Like I've pushed myself in so many different ways. Like I was riding you around on a scooter today. I'd never driven before going to Bali at all. And that was something. So it's like I arrive in Bali. So, you know, I've got my eye condition. So I arrive in Bali and I was thinking, all right, I would just get public transport like I'd always done in the UK, which, to be honest, there was a part of me that kind of felt some shame about.
Really?
Yeah, because like a man's supposed to drive, right?
Okay.
You know? And then there were little things that happened, but it's just like you learn things over the years and it's people make little small comments and whatnot. And you're just kind of aware that there's a mild lack of respect because of it. And it's just like it is what it is, you deal with it. So I'm living in London for years, like 8-9 years or so. And in London, nobody really drives because it's all central, whatever. So it's like, cool. But then afterwards, I'm in Birmingham. And then it kind of became a bit more visible and apparent, you know? And again, people making comments. I come to Bali. Now, before I came to Bali, I just assumed there'd be like some sort of public transport network, right? And then I'm here or there because we're in Thailand. And there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. It blew my mind. I didn't realize that was even possible. Like, there's nothing. It's like, okay, crap.
Similar in Cyprus as well.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't seen any buses here. Now I mention it. So anyway, there's that, right?
Bangkok, I'm sure there will be.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. So anyway, so I'm in Bali, right? And then I'm going on some dates, right? And then when I went on the dates, like, go like pick me up with her bike and then she'd like drop me home. Did not like the way that felt, right? And I remember there's a couple of occasions when I was walking through Canggu and I saw some geezer like riding around on his bike and there's some girl on the back. I was like, I don't like the way this feels, you know. I really don't. But I was like, I'm just going to get a bike and figure it out. Truth be told, was I scared? I was. I was very scared. Because it's like, Bali's very chaotic. It ain't like the UK. That's where I started. I literally started in Bali. But I did it. It's like, oh, I can actually do this. I really can. It's like, this is nothing. Can I live in another country? Oh my God, I actually can. Can I like run a business in another country? Oh my gosh, I actually can. And then it's like, the more things I do that take me outside of my comfort zone, the more my comfort zone actually kind of grows and expands.
And that's the thing, right? What I was talking to you earlier about, there's always going to be a fear. And the difference between anyone watching you, us now, me on socials that know us, whatever, anyone watching, anyone who feels anything negative towards where they are versus where we are, and they're trying to like do this whole comparison thing. I think the difference between that is fear and also lack of knowledge, like lack of wanting to put the work in to find out how to, and then wanting like facing the fear of doing. Like I was scared to book a one way. Sorry?
You're putting that in a nicer way than I would. It's a very diplomatic way of saying
Well,
some
I'm
people
not
are just
a mean
pussies
person.
and can't like just look in the mirror and realize that they're too shit scared to do the stuff that they want to do. So then they see someone doing it and they make that person a problem. That's how I'd phrase it.
Right. But the thing is with me is I've
That
noticed
sounded aggressive, didn't it?
a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing with me is what I've noticed and what I'm trying not to do this time is you said earlier, like you're quite unapologetic, and it's something that I have worked on.
Unapologetic.
Yeah. You forgot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
no, I did say that, yeah.
You did say. So I am quite unapologetic, but there has been times on socials where, like when I moved to Dubai, I was like, it was like a hush hush, even though people saw pictures and stuff.
Because you didn't want to be a show off.
Yeah, and I also was scared of what people would think of that and then put me in a negative light and then it might affect business. Like my thing is always like business.
How would
So,
living in Dubai negatively affect your business?
well, she's so far away, even though it's online coaching, but she's so far away, jealous. Like, I don't want to fund that lifestyle. If I pay for her coaching, it's going to fund her to be able to go and live like that. I don't want her to
People
live
say
that.
that.
No, people don't say that, but people can think like that.
You think?
Yeah.
So women would not sign up for coaching with you because they don't want you to pay for you to live in Dubai.
I think so. I'm not saying that's what someone said, but it's something that crossed my mind before I posted it, or like thought about it. Whereas this time around, I'm just like, if you don't want to invest because I've took the jump and booked a one way to Thailand, then that's like, I've just, the way my head works now is like, you're missing out, not me. Like, you not signing up because you, and again, this is all hypothetical. This is just what came through my mind. It's like if you don't want to sign up because you think you're going to fund this, and it's like you don't want me to live this lifestyle, or like how dare I while you're overweight, whatever. Do you get what I mean? It's like that's on you, not on me. Like I'm gonna be unapologetic about this too.
So a couple of things I want to say is I don't know if that's still a fear that you have, but I doubt anyone who would be thinking of paying you for coaching would be offended by you living a desirable lifestyle. Because your whole
I hope
purpose,
not.
no, because like your whole purpose is to embody something they wish they had. That's basically it.
Yeah.
You know, they're seeing you and being like, I want to be like Eleni. So the more
Yeah.
awesome you look, the better, basically. Now, maybe people who've known you and who grew up with you, who aren't inclined to pay for coaching, those people would be offended. But anyone who might, I don't think would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think you might notice this as well. Like as we're experiencing what we're experiencing and we're going through these layers of facing fears and realizing I can, it comes with an identity shift. And I think a lot of it, there can be that whole, similarly to body dysmorphia, where someone goes from a size 20 all the way down to a size 10. And although with me, they do it through a holistic way, it still takes adaptation to who they are now, and operating from the 2.0 version that they've become as opposed to the 1.0 that they were. I think it's a similar thing I feel like I'm experiencing where it's validating that what I'm doing right now, you're doing it, like you're actually doing it, like believe it, it's happening, like it's, do you know what I mean?
So what actually are you doing? Like, where are we going with this?
What
What's
I'm
the
saying
vision?
is like, this is the first time in my life where I don't know my next step. Ooh, yes. She doesn't know her next step.
So
Like,
you're trusting God
yeah,
to guide you.
100%.
Okay, so you don't know the next step. Do you know the end vision?
I have an idea of what I would like.
What's that?
Oh, there's something about sharing too much, Kieren.
Okay. All right. Are you trying to become big?
Impactful.
Okay.
Oh, what does big mean?
Impactful, I guess.
No, like,
Incredibly well known.
no, I just want to be impactful. I mean, I would like to be well known for what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Like
what
to
I mean.
be, yeah. Like the go-to, like you mentioned, the
The
go-to.
go-to. So that's big.
Yeah.
You can't
Okay.
be the
Yeah.
go-to without being big.
Well, yeah, impactful.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because even though I've been in coaching for 5 years, I think it's been, 5 years gone April. Even that, it's navigating like your niche, your method, like your thing, your voice. And even that can change because me 5 years ago when I first started, I was heavy in bodybuilding, and now it's more about the holistic way and like don't do like the jabs, etc. Do it this way because my way is what teaches you to keep it because to again from a size 24 to a size 10, it's a whole different lifestyle that you're living and you have to embody that. Like going and getting surgery or whatever it might be isn't going to teach you the habits that you need to attain it, hence why a lot of people go through this yo-yo effect. So yeah, I want to be impactful in that way. But I had this feeling when I was 26 like that there's more. And at 26 I remember I used to work in a cricket stadium and I used to go in and stare at the chair and be like, there's no way I was created to sit in this chair. And it's funny because I sit in a chair at home doing work, but like
It's a different chair.
yeah, and it's
your
also
chair.
a different mission. But it was like, I know there's more, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I was a little bit frustrated and I was trying to like figure it out. And then it came to me. And then by 30, I did it. And it's like, I've recently had the same feeling, like there's more, but I don't know what it is. And the reason why this time I'm not frustrated is because I've had that feeling before and it became something bigger than I ever imagined. So I'm just like, okay, like I'm just like, okay, I got it. I got the sign. Like lead the way. Do you get what I mean?
Do you know Gillian Michaels?
Gillian Michaels.
She's the American version of what I think you're becoming. So she was on a show called The Biggest Loser in like 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so. So The Biggest Loser was a show that had like morbidly obese people and then they paired them up with personal trainers and had to lose as much weight as possible.
Okay. Sounds so cool.
Yeah, The Biggest Loser. Anyway, she was one of the trainers on that. And now she just created this media, let's say, empire where she is the person that people think of in the States when they think of like health and fitness and stuff like that. And it looks like that's the direction that you're going in, essentially.
Who knows? Open-minded.
So is it scary?
What's scary about it? It's exciting.
Okay. Because I find what I'm doing very scary. Scary/exciting, but I do feel fear.
Like traveling?
No. So you're becoming Gillian Michaels. Who am I becoming?
I'm becoming Eleni Constantino 2.0.
Fine.
The roll your eyes and stuff that you're doing right now.
Yeah, but like
like
because when I say becoming Gillian Mike, it's like, yes, you are becoming your own person, of course. You're not being a carbon copy of anybody else. It doesn't need to be said. It's kind of clear. All right, it's just a mental shortcut for me to just get the point across. Okay? Gillian Michaels is a proxy for creating incredible impact, inspiring people all over the world in the realm of health and fitness.
Now you're dragging it on.
That's the reason why I said Gillian Michaels. That was the whole point. That's the point. Okay. And anyway,
Like you were saying about you feeling scared.
huh?
You were saying about you feeling scared.
I'm gonna get to it. So basically, right, you know Chris Williamson?
I'm not good with names, you know.
Anyway, here's a guy called Chris Williamson. I think he's English. He's white. He's somewhere between 32 and like 37 or so. He was on Love Island and he used to be like, I think it was a pickup artist or something like that, but he was on Love Island and he used to have like a playboy kind of party organizing lifestyle. And now he's all like deep and introspective. And he has a podcast called Modern Wisdom where he speaks to people about health, fitness, and personal development. And he touches upon dating as well, like the plight of men in 2026. And he's all about like becoming your best person and growing. And that's the brand that he's built. The closest thing that I can think of that I'm building is that, right? But then there's the thing where it's like, oh, you know, you get some imposter syndrome. There's a little bit of that. A little bit of voices from childhood that go, Kieren, you're not good enough to do this. And I'm like, shut up. Yes, I am. But every now and then the voices like pop back up in my ear. It's like, And then it's like, all right, so I'm carving a new path as well. Because like I said to you, right? In the world of, say, like dating, there's two camps, which is the men are evil camp and the men are brilliant camp, or women are evil camp and women are brilliant. Like there's no nuance at all. Women are either victims that could never do anything wrong because they're all Mother Teresa and Princess Diana, or they're evil sluts and harlots. Like, there's no nuance. But then it's the same thing with men. It's like, men, it's like, oh, do you pick a man or the bear? I pick the bear. And things like this. Or it's like, oh, men are just hard done by because there's 80% of women dating 20% of men and the world is just like against men. There's no real nuance. And everything I do is like heavily nuanced. I'm just saying what I think. Most people don't think what I think at all. So I'm starting this. I'm doing this on your own. Because I'm not in a team. I'm not in a camp. I'm doing my own thing. And it's scary, but it feels good though. It's very liberating, but I get those feelings as well.
What's really good is that you hear the voice, but you don't listen to it and you do anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's the actions in the proof. And if I can give you one bit of advice with that, because I used to struggle a lot with the voice and listening to it and associating with it. And I read it in a book called The Power of Now, which,
Eckhart Tolle.
huh?
Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, like, I kid you not, shifted the pathway of my life massively. But
Shifted the pathway of your life.
it's the way you read the book. You have to read it and pause at the right times, put it into action, learn. So it took me quite a while to read. I say that, it took me like 3 months, but I actually gave my copy away and brought another one and put it out here with me so I can read again. But one thing that I can share that I learned from it is these thoughts that we have are normal by human, I guess, design. But as that thought comes in, what I read in the book was like watch it, witness it come, but don't associate, don't argue, don't debate with it, don't do nothing. Just like almost watch it, let it go by. And I remember getting to that bit of the book and I was like, okay, cool. Like, and I was trying to force thoughts and I was like, it's not happening. But I thought, let me trust the book. Let me just leave it and see. And I was going around a friend's house and the elevator was broken. So I had to take the stairs. And as I'm going up the stairs now, I'm wearing jeans and like a crop top. And I'm going up the stairs. And this thought comes in going, you shouldn't have worn a crop top. Why have you worn a crop top? Like, you got your belly out, like awkward. Like, now you're going to sit down, you're going to get rolls. Like, who wants that? And like, I was going up the stairs. And as I stopped, I just like literally stopped. And I just watched the thought go by. And I was like, interesting. Like, interesting. Like, why the hell has that just come to my thought? And I was like, okay, cool. We'll keep it moving. And I did. Like, I didn't associate. I didn't argue. I just stopped. I witnessed it go by and I went about my day. And I know if I acknowledged it and became it, it would have been a thing of me like being like, oh, I'm going to be late and running home to go get changed. Or would have got to my friends and be like, have you got a top I can borrow to cover up? Or it would have been that, but it wasn't because I didn't associate with it. So that's a little bit of advice for you.
Well, it's advice I've heard before, but it's still very, very, very well received.
Well,
And
yeah.
I'm not putting you down. Okay, I'm saying it's very well received. And the next thing I was about to say is, and it's advice I could do well to remember more often as well. I really could. So it sounds like what you're talking about is kind of like being present, essentially. So,
Yeah.
see, here's something I found. It's like, I can be present as in I'm here and I'm in this space. And there's that air conditioning unit or whatever's making that noise. There's how my body feels, the heat of my skin, me speaking to you, there's your voice. Or there's the little thoughts that go on in my head. But then the more I pay attention to that, the less I'm actually here. So.
And the more attention you pay into the now, the less power those voices have and the less they come up. Because I didn't have any voice until you started talking about it. And I'm like, is there a voice? What can I like? And I'm trying to like see if there's a voice. And that's why I say on my socials, I'm like, it's like the Garden of Eden up here. Like, I'm not joking.
Your brain's like the Garden of Eden.
It's like tweet, 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 tweet. It's like, I'm not saying I'm like hollow. I'm just saying it's peaceful up here. Do you get what I mean?
I do.
And
the
that's why I
Garden
said
of
that.
Eden.
Yeah, big statement, I know.
That's a huge statement.
Yeah. But when you
Paradise, essentially.
Blissful. And I'm not trying to mock Eden, obviously I've never been. But like if I was to think of what it's like it is peaceful up here. Do you know what I mean? Like any negative that I experience isn't because it's not peaceful. You can still have, like my dog, for example, it hurts, but there's nothing up here that's like negative or self-sabotaging. I just acknowledge it. I surrender to the feeling. I let it be if I need to cry. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And all right, something that I struggle with is this concept of surrender. I'm not saying women accept it way better. So many women I've known who are like you, where they're kind of spiritually minded, spiritually focused, personal development type terms, and they speak about surrender. And they say it with like this reverie in their voice, like, oh, I just want to surrender. And me, it's like the concept of going with the flow and just accepting the flow of the universe. Like, I get it, I do.
I feel like you're doing it. So like,
now, because like, okay, when I think of surrender, right, is what I think. There's a river that I'm surrounded in, and I can like hold on and have the river just kind of whoosh past me. or I can let go and then go with the river. Nah, it's like I am bending reality to my will. I come at it from a
By letting go.
No, I mean, okay. How do I put this across? When I think of surrender, I think of like, I am not doing anything. The universe is just deciding for me. I'm along for the ride. I don't like the sound of that at all.
No. So when I was talking about surrender, because I also was like, what, again, when I'm looking into my religious belief, right? And I'm exploring that.
Okay.
Yeah. So not to go too much into that, because that's again, we could have a field day of that topic. But I also looked into surrender through this exploration that I'm on with my religion. And I was like, what even is it? Because again, I had the same as you. So surrender means like what? I just go with the flow, see where life takes me. Like, well, no, because if you want to get to the top of the mountain, you got to have a strategic, you got to have the right shoes. You got to have an idea of the map. You got to know what the weather's like to know like how to cover up. You got to have some food. You got to, do you know what I mean? You got to know where you're going to have your little kip. Like you can't just blindly just, okay, I'm just going to one foot in front of the other and just hope I get to the top. Well, no, you could just keep spinning that round mountain and getting nowhere. Do you get what I mean? So in that respect, yeah, I agree. And I wouldn't want to surrender in that way. But when I looked into surrender, for example, grieving my dog, it said surrender is when you allow yourself to feel the pain. So like when it comes and I might start crying, it's like allow it, feel it, because it said something like as you allow it to happen, because that's uncomfortable. And a lot of people will brush things under the carpet, won't they? Their avoidance, like I'm going to avoid, it's uncomfortable, and I'm going to fill this void with alcohol, with drugs, with food, sex, I don't know, smoking, whatever, like they'll fill it with that. Whereas when you surrender and you allow yourself to feel it, as uncomfortable as it is, it talked about how by doing that, you're feeling like the most painful part, and then there's like a release where you surrender, and essentially that is like you let it be, like it is what it is.
Yeah. So something I'm kind of gathering as I get older, it seems like, so there's you, me, any kind of person consciously going around and doing things, as in consciously living your life, making whatever decisions that you're making. But then there's letting go, going with the flow and just letting things be. And whether that's letting life happen around you or letting your subconscious just kind of guide you, or the universe guide you, God guide you. And it's like, how much do you do of one or the other? And I think me, historically, I do way too much of the first one and not enough of the letting go. I think it should be, I think it's more like probably about like 80-20 or so.
Do you find though that you have a bit of friction?
Yeah, and this is the point I'm making.
So you feel the friction?
Yeah.
That's because you're not going with the flow. It's because you're like, no, I got to do this and I got to do
I
that.
mean, I don't always feel friction, but I feel friction at times, yeah.
So have you ever has anything, can you give me an example of something that's happened in your life that has flowed? It's happened.
Flowed.
Like obviously there might be a few challenges, but not where it's like friction.
All right, so the channel I'm doing right now. So first thing that comes to mind is I was like, all right, well, I need a really talented videographer. I wasn't too sure where I was going to find one. And then boom, guy just pops into my life. His name is Ray, and he's watching and editing this right now. And it's like, this is like the universe and like some kind of divine timing and things like this. And Ray, actually, here's something I need to say to you because I know he's watching this right now. It's like, Ray, you are so passionate about what we do. You are as passionate about the man manual as I am. And you work so hard and it's incredible. And what we built so far is nothing compared to what we're going to build, Ray. Nothing. But as far as we've come, it is so thankful to you. For the love of God, Ray, thank you. And that's it. But like, nah, he's great. Though.
Ray.
He's great. You know, he calls me brother. We're just talking on WhatsApp all day. It's like brother this, brother that. But like, you know, I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel it, and it's like, all right, I want this to grow. Like, not just for me, it's like for Ray as well.
That's how I feel with my team.
Yeah.
I'm like with my coach, Lucy. She wants to go from full-time PT into online, and like not only do I want the EOC to grow, and she's part of it, but it's like I want nothing more than for her to be that mum that can work from home and do her thing
Do
and her
you
passion.
feel responsibility?
Of course.
Because, like, I know that Ray he's got a girlfriend. I think she might be a fiance. He said something about getting her a ring. He's got a family to look after. And I am helping him support his family. That's not lost on me at all.
Yeah, but there could also be incentives. Like I had someone work for me that wanted to move like states, for example. And I was like, okay, how much do you need to earn to make that happen? And she told me. So I was like, cool, let's put this commission structure in place. So you've got your base and then your commission's yours. This is how we're going to do it. This is how you're going to hit it. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? So you could do things like that.
Yeah.
To position him.
Not 100%.
In that way.
I'm just saying that it's like one extra reason to really want this to succeed is because I want him to be able to support his family.
Yeah.
Basically. And obviously, like, if he didn't, he could just find some other work. I know that, but right now he's working for me. So I want that to be lucrative.
So circling back to the conversation we were having about friction
The interviewer
and flow.
has become the interviewee, I see. All right.
I'll leave it to you, my bad.
No, carry on.
bad.
Carry on. I'm going with the flow. I'm surrendering. Go. So
Not
you're
you
gonna say?
learning something on this podcast. Damn. Okay, so I was just circling back to it. You're saying that's where you felt it flow with this channel that you've created, and you haven't felt that much friction, so it feels right what you're doing. Okay, so in a way, that's an example of listening to intuition, going with the flow, having an idea of where you want it to go, but also not forcing it, flowing with it, and knowing it will happen because brick by brick it will. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that. So that's almost like, in my eyes, surrender, not forcing. Like if you're fixated on the amount of viewers you get and the followers you get, and then it's like you're then dictating your worth on it or how successful the business is, and then like that, to me, that's emotion. There's emotion, then there's logic, and it's like, okay, didn't get as many views on this. Why? What was different to this one that got 2K views versus this one that got 8K? And what do I need to do different next time to get it 8K? That's more logical. Emotional is like, well, this one didn't do as good. Maybe I've lost my touch. Maybe it was a topic. Maybe it was the person I was interviewing. And then you can spiral. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. So tell me, Eleni, what makes a good relationship in your eyes?
With
anybody? Like, man and a woman, like, what are you looking for?
In a man?
Yeah.
Well, we covered this last time.
No, like a relationship, though. Like, what's the relationship like? I don't think we've spoken about that.
Yeah, I said like he needs to be emotionally available.
No, on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah.
What would it look like?
Day by day? Well, do you know what?
Because like you said, something about like wanting to travel the world, for instance.
So back home, it's more like he could work corporate, he could do what, like, I don't really care as long as he's got a job and he's got a little hobby, and then we can do have dinner together, maybe go gym together, weekends, whatever, and then have our holidays, like that kind of thing. But now I'm out here, bear in mind it's been 24 hours. It's made me think, do you know what? Maybe it is a thing like I could be with my guy, we both work online and we both travel. But why can't that be a thing? We just do what, like here, like what I would be doing, he can do, and we don't have to be glued by the hip. Like I'd have no problem.
Do you think it's important for people to challenge each other?
Yeah.
But like to what degree and like in all things? So for instance, something I would want is the person that I was with to let me know if I was slipping in some way. And that could be anyway. So for instance, it might be, hey, you've put on a lot of weight and I'm not as attracted to you anymore. Or it could be some way that I am, I don't know, hurting them or anything. Like it could be literally anything, basically. I value complete unflinching honesty because most of the great growth that I've had has come from hearing stuff that I didn't necessarily want to hear. But then there's a lot of people who don't have that belief, like at least not to the degree that I would, whereby it's like, oh, well, if she has put on a lot of weight, you couldn't and shouldn't say it. Now, the way I think of it is, okay, outside of there's some medical reason or something like this, or postpartum pregnancy and takes a while to get the body back, fine. But if you're with somebody, I think you have a duty to basically be the best version of yourself for them. And if you let yourself go in any way, whether that's emotionally or physically or whatever, spiritually, you can't expect that person to still feel about you the way that they did beforehand. And I think it's kind of unrealistic to expect that person to. So, like, here's what might happen. So you can get a guy and a woman who are together. And let's say the woman puts on weight. And this isn't just about the woman, but let's say she does. And then they break up for whatever reason. After they've split up, she's probably going to go on some fitness kick to lose the weight to attract a new husband. And then it's like, rather than go on the fitness kick to lose the weight to attract a new man, why don't you just do it now to keep the one you've already got?
I agree, and it happens both ways.
Exactly, it does happen both ways.
And often it's because we level up through pain.
Yeah. But can you handle, like, brutal honesty from partners?
I had a lot of it from my ex, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think a lot of it's in the delivery, you know, if it's delivered in the right way. So, like, let's say a woman that you're with has just had a child. Like, that's not an easy thing. That's hard, you know. You've just gone through creating something, the hormones all over the place, your body's changed. You just had to then, like, push it out, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're a mom. And I don't care what anyone says, a woman, a mother's instinct and the natural responsibility that woman has, and the freedom that still a man kind of has. And you see it in society where the man won't be around as much, or it's just an unwritten rule that the woman has to do more or be there more. And there's, again, very touchy topic for people to come through and be like, oh, well, that she's needed for the breastfeeding, or so she should, she's the mum, or whatever. But what I'm saying is the amount of responsibility and pressure and unknown, and then it's literally like day and night, because all of a sudden you've got this thing that you have to carry around all the time, and the sleep deprivation, however you say it. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. And so if she gains weight, I think that, yeah, I get it. The guy might not be as attracted, but then I've also seen it where men are like, wow, way more respect and love for what she's just gone through. Like, do I care if she's got a bit of a muffin top now? Do I care if she's not the same? Like, you know, so it might be a level of shallowness as well with that. But equally,
that was just an example.
Yeah, okay, I'm just saying. But equally, I think it's nurturing her in the way that she needs, and knowing how to push her in the direction of, like, getting herself back to herself, you know, because I don't know. I don't think any woman is happy being bigger or not feeling like themselves. Do you know what I mean? I think some accept, like, let's say they go up one size and they're like, do you know what? I'm actually content. Like, I've got my man. I'm happy with how I look. I'm active. I'm, you know, like, do I care if I have abs or not? Like, I kind of get it. But I think if it's like an extreme weight gain, because a lot of women can have the, like, oh, I'm feeding 2 people, and it's like, you're not. So you don't need to eat that much. Then yeah, I think it's just knowing how to navigate that person. Like, me as a coach, working with so many different women, they don't all appreciate the same coaching method in terms of, like, how I might deliver it. Some need it a bit sharper, some need it softer, some need a bit more encouraging, some need a reminding of the goal, it's different ways, and tone and all of that. So I think if you know your partner and how to, because same with a guy, like, he might get, I don't know, maybe redundant or get a health scare, and then, like, you know, lose his way slightly. And I think it's just...
You're always doing the Sharon Stone basic instinct. I mentioned this in the last podcast we did.
Oh, what? Sorry.
All right, so in the last podcast, you were doing your crossing and uncrossing, right? And then I let you know that it's just like a woman called Sharon Stone who was in a film called Basic Instinct. Yeah, but, like, you just do it a lot, though. Yeah, it's like your signature.
I don't know.
So something that a lot of men say in modern society, looking at ourselves in the monitor, the screen, because we do look good, like, good God. Anyway, something that a lot of men say is that it is impossible to say anything negative to women. So, like, if they're with a woman, so you mentioned, say, oh, if she's put on weight, but it could be about anything. But say if she has, that there's a way to sort of like guide her and to get it across in a way that's actually gonna be conducive to a productive conversation and actually help her to change. My question is then, a lot of these women that you coach, you said that there's a difference in how they like to receive the information. What percentage of them are actually willing to just hear it up front, and then what percentage need a softer touch? Because when I'm with guys, all I'm doing is brutal honesty, to be honest.
Yeah, well, men and women are different, aren't they? Women are a lot more emotional and sensitive, and I think men can be sensitive too.
Yeah, they
But
can be, but I never, like, I just say what the situation is. Now, to be honest, could I be, I'm not like mean. I could probably be a bit more nurturing in the way I say stuff, but it's not something I've ever considered at all.
but if that's your coaching style and it works, like keep it. You know, like there's some women on socials that's way more like harsher, etc. I'd be forcing it, and that would be exhausting me because that's not me. Do you know what I mean? You know me, I can be sharp and I can be
Certainly
quite
can.
like,
Yeah, you got
you
it
know,
inside you.
and you are,
You got it in you.
yeah. And I see sometimes I do it and I have to say to people like, oh, that I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm sorry, because I ain't trying to be a bitch. I just sometimes can't be bothered for the flowers. I just want to say it. I just want to say it how it is. And I'm probably more like that with men than women. I will say, like, at the gym, I am way more cutthroat than I am with clients. Maybe it's because one's paying me, one isn't. I don't know. Maybe it's because one's coming up to me at the gym and I just want to get on with my workout and not get interrupted. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't really know. I've not sat there and thought about it. But with clients, like, I can give them the honesty, but I might just put more flowers around it. It's like one of my clients today, she's not drinking enough water. And I was like, listen, you're experiencing this and you feel like this, but you're not doing this and you haven't done it for 1, 2, 3, however many days. So today, this is what I need you to do. And she was just like, okay, yeah, you're right. I need to be more on it. You know, I
Why
wasn't being like,
do
you're failing if you, no, I wasn't.
do the women who sign up with you go in depth about why they're signing up with you? Like, obviously they want to lose weight, but do they speak about why they want to lose weight specifically? Like, I want to have sex with the light on and I haven't had the confidence to do that for years and years, or I'm sick of going to the beach and wearing something that just covers my body from head to toe because I'm ashamed to wear a bikini. Like,
Yeah, I've
do they
had
say that?
conversations like that for sure. You know, which I massively respect because they're coming on a call with someone that they have never met before. They've only spoken to in the DMs and they've seen my Instagram. Like, that's the only platform I really have right now. So yeah, they have said stuff like that. And
But that's not a common thing, though.
I'd say 75% say stuff like that. And the 25% probably feel it, but a lot of the time they'll like laugh on the call, and I won't laugh back and normalize it. Like, I'll keep a straight face and I'll be like, and how does that make you feel? And then they're like, oh shit, like, yeah, okay, I need to get, like, she's serious and I'm laughing about this and it's not funny.
So
I
I
mean,
guess what I'm asking is, what is it that they're normally saying?
yeah, things like that, like can't look in the mirror, don't
Can't
like
look
what
in the
they
mirror.
see.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I don't like what they see in their body. Sometimes it's like I'm ashamed of myself or I'm stuck. I don't know like what direction to go in. But the thing, when I say like it's life changing, a lot of people don't believe me until they go through the process and they're like, you weren't lying, like it's life changing. And it's because I watch these women not only learn how to eat and move their body, and look after themselves and anchor, regardless of what life throws at them, anchor themselves in themselves. But it's also, you start to learn self-love over self-sabotage. You start to become way more present. You start to have more control over those thoughts, which you can then apply to other things like work and partners and relationships, etc. You start to understand how to set boundaries and what you're willing to do and not do. You start to learn how to not negotiate with yourself and delay the inevitable. You know, you start to because you're starting to like love yourself and pour into yourself and stuff, you start to not accept anyone any less, you know. And it's interesting because growing up, I've had family be like, oh, you just want the guy with the six pack. I'm like, no, I don't. It's just, I can't have someone who doesn't live a similar lifestyle to me. If he's someone who's like a bum, wants to eat pizza every day and wants to moan that I want to go gym and eat chicken and rice for dinner, like we're not going to work because we're two different people. So like I need someone that kind of has a similar mindset and lifestyle to me. And sometimes that comes with a six pack. I'm not looking for the six pack. It's just it's the byproduct or the receipt of the qualities in the man that I'm looking for.
So,
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, a couple of things. So, people who don't work out want to believe that working out is a shallow endeavor because it's like, oh, I mean, you're just caring about the body, don't you? All you care about, you're not caring about something that's deep and that's
And
depth.
do you know what? They'll care about the body if they started working on it.
Well, I mean, they do care about the body anyway, which is why
and
they're
as you
triggered.
should, this is where you live for the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
but yes, this is it. So like someone might go, oh, I care about my clothes, I care about my home, I care about my car. But it's like my body is my soul's home and it's my soul's car. It's how like my soul gets around this dimension we call Earth.
Do you know what it is? It's like when someone's like driving the Mercedes or the latest, I don't know, give me a better car. Lamborghini, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Ferrari. He's driving that, but then he hasn't seen his penis in how many years because his belly's that big, and he ain't getting laid unless he's paying for it. And then he lives in a shabby home.
Exactly.
Like those kind of people, are the kind of people that might wear the gear, but like take it off, you know. And I've had guys say that about women as well. Like, I don't know, I might be like, oh, I like her body, and then the guy that I'm with will be like, mate, all that like that long sleeve top she's got on and those leggings are holding it all in. If she takes it off, it'll all let loose. And I'm like, really? Like, I just see a very curvaceous woman, and I like how she's rocking it. But then he'll be like, nah, once she takes those clothes off. Do you know what I mean? And it's that thing of like, that girl was doing something about it. She was in the gym in it, so like rate her. But I think it's that whole facade that what you're saying of these people that might be like, oh, well, it's very, you know, vain of you and you just care about the body. And it's like, well, maybe you should, instead of trying to look like one way, but
maybe
do you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
even like maybe you should. It's maybe you should admit that you do because they already do. Maybe you should admit that you do and realize that you actually have the ability to change your situation and go and do it. Because it's not like they don't care, they do care. The people who are like, oh, you're just caring about the body, aren't you? Like, they're not going to walk around wearing clothes that they feel are going to show off the curves of their body in a negative light. They're wearing clothes that are going to mask the flaws that they believe they see in their bodies. Why? Because they're not that confident in their bodies. If they really didn't care, they would walk around like, yeah, like I've got my big gut out and things like this. They're hiding stuff, but they want to look like they don't care. But you see, here's the thing, right? It's fear, which is this. So, I mean, to build a body, it takes a lot of discipline. You got to go to the gym times and you don't want to do it, or many times you don't want to do it. You got to do it day after day after day after day after day for 6 months to a year to a year and a half to 2 years, depending on where you start, you know? And also you've got to eat foods that you don't necessarily want to eat. You got to not eat foods that you do want to eat. And that requires a lot of discipline. And it's scary, and you got to go to the gym as well. And I don't know this scenario. Like, I'm not used to the gym. Look at that girl. What the hell is she wearing? Look at him. He's really big and he's got the muscles. Actually, there's a channel I discovered, right, called Anatoly, which sums up the insecurities people have about the gym completely. So you wear this guy called Anatoly. He's a powerlifter. And he goes to the gym and he wears like a cleaner's outfit. And he pretends to be a cleaner and like he doesn't know what he's doing. And he finds the biggest, most muscular guys at the gym. And he goes, oh, sorry, can I do deadlift with you? Can I do deadlift? And then they think, all right, who's this idiot? And then he
I've seen something like this.
Yeah. And he will do like, it will be like a guy's 1 rep max and he'll like easily do 10 reps with the guy's 1 rep max. And he's way smaller than this guy and they're like, mind's blown. Now, in the comments, all you see is people like gleefully taking pleasure in the fact that he's crushed the ego of this big bodybuilder. I love to see all these egos crushed. Look, these egos are crushed. And it's like a lot of these guys, the majority of them, they're just random guys in the gym that haven't particularly said anything mean to the guy at all. Like, they're just big men at the gym. But
That's
the people,
crazy, you know.
But the people in the comments are happy to see him crush their egos. You know why?
Yeah, but we've seen what these YouTube comments are like, haven't we?
Yeah, but it's representative of people because it's like all the comments, egos crushed, egos crushed, egos crushed. And his channel is massive.
That's such a shame because, you know, a lot of people that I've met in the gym, it's either because they're like, yo, you lift that, or it's me going, you're lifting that. It's impressive, not because it's like, what?
But this is the point, right? So if you don't work out, the gym is intimidating. And the point I'm making is the people in those comments who are saying the stuff about Anatoly, like, oh, egos crush, is because they're intimidated by people who actively work out. And they then project onto those people and they assume, well, gosh, I think this person's probably better than me. That means that they must think that they're better than me. And I don't like the fact that they think that they're better than me because I kind of suspect that maybe they are. So then they project onto these people. And that's the point. And it's like at the core of it is the fear. So to circle back, it's like these people need to realize that they actually can make that change themselves.
They can.
You know, something that's
but
interesting.
It's easier to be a hater.
It's really easy to be a hater because there's no reflection needed when you're a hater, Eleni.
It's just easy to sit there and be like,
just sit there and judge.
Hating? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a miserable life.
It is.
Yeah, no thanks.
There's something interesting. You do realize that what we do isn't actually a million miles away from each other. Not really, and I'll tell you what I mean.
What, me and you?
Yeah. So what I mean, like, you're with the women and you're doing like the fitness stuff. Fine, it's like about the external, right? And like they're gonna leave with.
But it's more than the external, but yeah.
No, I know. This is the point. No, but that's the point I'm leading to.
Okay.
That's the point. What I'm saying is.
I'll wait for you to land.
Thank you. In the eyes of the world at large, it's about the external, which is a woman wants to look a certain way, you make her look a certain way, right? But what you're actually providing is identity transformation. And this is why they say, oh my God, look, it's life-changing. Because in order to go from the woman who looks like this here to the woman who looks like that, they have to become the woman who looks like that. But becoming a woman who looks like that means leaving this woman behind, right? And then once they leave that woman behind, and it's like maybe this woman here is shy, she's insecure, she self-sabotages, she doesn't have the confidence to speak up or to wear certain clothes and things like this. And they practice embodying this woman here, who's actually the dream woman they've always wanted to be, but never actually had the courage to allow themselves to be. But the more they do that, the more they step into this identity. It's like, oh gosh, wow. So they might come for the butts, yeah, they do. That's the reason why they come. But it's not why they stayed. They stayed for the whole identity that you gave them. See, I see you. The thing is this, I do something very similar. So like a man comes to me and he's like, I'm not getting matches on apps. I'm not getting matches. And when I do, I don't get dates. So like, or if I do get dates, I'm constantly being told there's no vibe. Friend zoned left, right, and center. So, ouch, exactly. That's what they think as well. They think, ouch, right? Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie.
What do they want from it though? Do they just want sex or do they want a relationship?
No, like, I mean, it varies. So like the older I get, the more now I am dealing with relationship guys. Really? Because, you know, obviously I'm in my 40s now. So the guys I'm naturally attracted now is different to the guys I naturally attracted in 2018. But even still in 2018, significant amounts of men wanted relationships, although it was probably more just like guys that just wanted, you know, some sort of physical connection. But like, so here's the thing. A given that you have, that is such a given that you don't even really consider it. Like, I know that I can just turn the tap and get water, is that male attention is just there. It's a given. So then you live your life and you're like, all right, well, of the abundance of male attention that is just everywhere, right? What's the best form of male attention for me of this abundance?
Do you know what's crazy? Shall I tell you what quickly happened to me yesterday on the aeroplane? There was this like cute guy, right? I was sitting, so it was 3 seats, aisle, 4 seats, aisle, 3 seats, aisle. No, there was 2 seats, 2 seats, sorry, not 3, yeah? So 2 seats, aisle, 4 seats, aisle, 2 seats. Anyway, he was sitting with his brother and he was at the window and there was a guy next to me and then it was me. And I was sitting there just like waiting and then they walk in, they were both like, who is that about me? And I felt really shy, but I was thinking, oh my God, like, how can I give this guy the look? Or shall I ask to sit on the aisle seat and then ask him to sit on the aisle seat and then maybe we can chat? I thought he was South American, but it turns out I'm really sure he was Italian. And he was with his family, like they were all dotted around in that section of the plane. And yeah, and every time I spoke, they went quiet. Like, it was really weird.
Every time you spoke.
Yeah, not like between me and the guy, but like when basically the plane landed and you know when you're all standing waiting to leave, and I was panicking because I had 50 minutes between two flights, hence why my luggage got stuck in Bangkok. And I said to the attendant, and I was like, "Excuse me, my flight's like it's connecting, it's like time's limited." Anyway, we were having a conversation, and then the two guys went quiet, and I was like, "This is awkward." And then basically the guy next to me was like, "Do you want to go then?" Because he saw that people were starting to get off. So I went to go, and then the two lads went like that to let me go by. I was like, "Thank you." And then when I got out of the aeroplane bit, there was a guy holding a thing with my name on. And so I stood there with him, and then the two guys walked out and like stared at me, and I was just like, oh. But it was this whole thing of like they liked me, I liked them, and no one. And I thought, I bet I could be like, hey, do you want to talk? But I just couldn't do it.
Why not?
I don't know. I get shy like that.
You?
Whenever I like a guy, I get shy. It's mad, isn't it? Even today, when we said bye at food, there was a guy that I was like, I could just start talking to him. We probably would end up chatting. But yeah, I was just like, nah, let's keep walking. That wasn't because I was shy, but I was just like, nah, just keep walking. Just get to your hotel.
Right, so what was I saying though?
Before that, you were talking about I've got some abundance of men or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I don't know, but I haven't got abundance. I don't think I've got abundance.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Even though there was another guy on the plane. There was another guy on the plane. He was like really, you know, when someone stands close to you and you don't know him. I'm like, can we like? There's this unknown thing now where there's like a circle around you, like don't come too close. No.
I guess.
Like when I stand in a queue, I'm not right up someone's backside. I leave breathing. I leave at least like, oh, I could do this. Yeah, normally. Anyway, this tall guy was like right next to me, and I remember looking back to be like, basically, you're too close, isn't it? And he was like, oh, hello. And I was like, oh, hi. And then he was telling me how, I think I told you, I don't know, he was an engineer for Qatar, travels however many times a year. And then when we got on the plane, he was like, oh, I'm this way, which was like the first class. I was like, oh, that's nice. I was like, well, I'm this way. He was like, I'm going to see if I can get you a spare seat. I'm thinking, please don't, because I don't want to sit next to you and have to talk the whole way. Like, I'm happy going this way. But yeah, it was just like, yeah.
All right, so let's say this, right? You say you don't think there's any abundance.
Well, I don't think there's abundance, but obviously on that flight, I think I would have had chances.
Yeah, okay, but in the past month, how many men have made some form of attempt to get to know you better? They've made something, whether it's a DM, a proposal, whatever.
I don't know. I probably couldn't count them off of more than my hands.
So like 6, 7?
I don't know.
Right, but you're not even sure, but you know it's happened. Okay, so the point is this, right? So in the past month, about, let's say, 7 men have made some form of attempt. That's in the past month. And then so we focus that out, like span that out over a year. That's like 80 men in a year, 80 something or so. Now that is actually abundance because that's 80.
A lot. That's a lot.
Exactly.
Like even just yesterday, I had 2 men stop and come talk to me.
There you go.
And they were cute as well.
That's not the male experience. Right, so to get back to the point I was trying to make.
So are you saying I should talk to more men out here?
I'm not trying to say anything. To be honest, I can't remember what I was trying to say now because you've sidetracked me so many times that the actual original point I was trying to make, I'm completely unsure what that is.
Well, you started with about me having abundance.
Yeah, but I can't remember why I was talking about that. It was like, yeah.
Okay, wait. Before that, you were saying we both do similar things.
There we go.
Yay.
Okay, yeah. You do similar things. There we go. Yeah. So you're like, yeah. So the woman comes with the external, boom, right? And then me, I still can't remember the original point, but anyway.
A man comes to you.
Yeah, okay. So like, here's the thing. Yeah. Guy wants to be able to get dates or he's on dates and they're not going anywhere, whatever, right? So he might be like, look, I want to get my end away. Even if he says that. I mean,
end away.
like, I like to fuck,
Okay.
basically. Now, I hear that a lot less nowadays, but I used to hear it a lot more back in the day. But like, my point is, let's say a guy says that, right? Cool. At the core of it, he wants to connect with women. At the core. Even the men who are like, I just want to fuck. But I mean, like, they want to connect with women in one way or another. Now, they don't know how to do it. Now, it's usually because of fear. 99 times out of 100, like, the main thing is an actual fear and like an identity. So the identity is there's a certain sort of man that can grab her, bring her in close and give her a kiss. Or there's a certain sort of man that can get a date with her, who will have sex with her, be a boyfriend, whatever. And I'm not that guy. And I'm not. Now, just like your women won't like wearing outfits that make them feel frumpy or so, and they wish they could wear the sexy outfit, but they're scared to wear the sexy outfit because, they don't see themselves as that person. All right, cool. So this guy wants to see himself as a certain sort of person, and he's scared to do certain things. He's terrified. He's on a date, and maybe he's had 2 dates in a year. Not because it's like, oh, I'm focusing on business. He ain't focusing on business. He just hasn't been able to get more than 2 dates. And he's there. Let me finish. And he doesn't know what to do, right? Because, there's that fear. And what I'm getting at is, something that we both do is we're helping them to transform their identities. And guys who work with me, they always say, oh gosh, yeah, this was life-changing because I look at myself in a new light. Now, I came for the dating stuff, but I stayed for the self-love.
Maybe you should sell that.
I should sell that.
Maybe this is part of selling it. Yeah, because it's important, isn't it? It's good. It sounds like they get more than what they pay for.
Yeah, 100%. I use dating as a Trojan horse for personal development.
Okay, question. You see this kind of guy and you're saying it's quite common. Just to help me ask this question, if we think of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like he's got his shit together, he's a good, decent guy, 1 being like trash, like you don't even want to go near him. Like he's just a play. He's gonna bash and dash and that's it. Like he's got a whole agenda. Once he gets the cookie, he's gone. Where would you say you're at on a scale of 1 to 10?
Sorry, so I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what the question is. So,
okay, that's the scale of man.
So 10 is like a good human being.
Good human, got his shit together.
And
1 being like trash.
But when you say got his shit together, what does that mean?
Like he's holding down a job, he's got income, he's securing himself. He knows how to treat a woman. He's not there just for one thing, to use her, use and abuse, play with her emotions and her heart.
So you're saying
like
guy that
just on that, I've got respect for what, like I once had a guy who basically was open with me and he was like, look, I just want sex. Like this isn't any more than that. And I was like, I really appreciate you telling me. Like we're not going there. Do you get what I mean? Like that.
But you're asking me about me specifically.
Yeah, just work with me. So scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with that?
So 10 is I have stable income. I have zero desire to hurt you in any way, shape or form. I want to build something with you. I am not a piece of crap who's going to harm you.
Purposefully, yeah.
Purposefully. I want a family, that sort of thing.
Could be if you want it, yeah.
Okay, and then, well...
But just a good guy, good morals, values, isn't out here to hurt or be...
To be honest, I'm kind of... Like, it's obviously 10.
Okay, cool. So these guys, I was just using you as like a
benchmark.
An example, yeah. So these guys that are going on like 2 dates if they're lucky, need the identity shift.
Oh, no, they can be... okay.
They can be 10s too.
100%.
That's what... Do you know when I see 10s, I don't think that they've got any of that going on.
No, look. Here's the thing. Being sexually attractive has zero to do with being a good person. Zero.
Yes.
No, that's it. Zero. whether you're male or female. For instance, a woman can be a liar, she can be manipulative,
Yes.
but she can be hot and sexy, and she can
Yes.
twerk, and men will still get erections, right? No, they will, right? Like,
Yeah.
the two things aren't the same thing. So being a good person has zero to do with somebody being attracted to you. So can these men be 10s? Yeah, and they can be 1s as well. There's no correlation.
Yeah. Right. But I'm just saying, these guys, though, are they those? Are they at least an 8 to 10? The ones that aren't going out on that many dates, are they good people and good looking?
Some are and some aren't.
Okay.
Some are and some aren't.
Roughly percentage.
The guys who come to me are usually good people because I don't...
But they're good looking.
6,
Average.
7.
Okay.
Like, they're good
It'd be
enough.
interesting to see what a 6, 7 is.
Like, yeah, you know what? Something I found is I don't think I'm actually very good at appraising male beauty because often I'll see women say, "Oh, that man's so ugly." I'm like, see, just looks like a normal man.
Yeah. Well, I once dated a guy, and almost everyone that knows me was like, "Eleni, what?" And I was like, "He's good looking to me though, because he's a good guy. Like I like him, and he's not that unattractive. He just, I guess, wasn't what they thought I'd go for because of normally I do go for an 8, a 9, a 10, and this guy, in their opinion, probably sat at like a 5 or a 4. But I was like, I don't care. I like him. Do you know what I mean?
So getting back to the thing that you were just asking me.
Yeah, I was just curious because I feel like when I assume the guys that approach or talk to me or whatever don't have much.
Issues?
Maybe that's me being naive.
Issues?
No, everyone's got issues, haven't they?
So what is
But I
it?
guess like confidence issues or.
No, that's what I mean. So something you've got to realize is this, right? By the time you were about 13 or 14, so you know you had that period at school where you start to notice boys and boys start to notice girls and blah, blah, blah.
Went to an all-girls school, but yeah.
Yeah, but still. You
I was
lived
14 when I was in my village in Cyprus and I was like, oh, he's cute.
There you go. But you came into contact with members of the opposite sex at some
Yeah.
point. All right, cool. So what most women don't realize is that by the time you hit that period, let's say by the time you're like 16, 17 or whatever, every guy you've ever met has been showing you the most confident version of himself because he knows that that's what he needs to do in order to be seen as sexually attractive or as just worthy as a man or blah, blah, blah. He's showing you that. So the reason why you're thinking, oh, these guys have no confidence issues is because no guy with any sense is going to approach a woman and then try and look scared. He's going to do what he can to overcompensate. And that's basically it. So, you know, this guy meets you, but you don't know, like, if he had to psych himself up to actually approach you, he probably did. And you don't know, like, say, you might be talking to a guy and then it's going really well and then he gets your number and he runs off because he's so nervous about being there with you. He's actually just going to get out of it. So then you're like, okay, well, he just ran off quite quickly, or I guess that was it, it was done. But he's actually going to decompress because he's...
Wild.
Yeah. Because,
Can
again...
you write a book manual, please, for women? Oh my God, I think you should do that.
What, like men
A bit
decoded?
like, have you seen that film? Is it something Reeves? Steve Reeves, something like that. Steve. Tall, black guy, bald. And he has his own like TV channel. And then he created a book and then it was a film. And it's actually a really good film. And then in one of them, it's like a 90-day rule or something. Do you know what I mean?
I have no idea what you
No.
mean.
I'm going to have to try and find out. Anyway, anyone who's watching this who knows what film I talk about, please put it in the comments. But he basically wrote a book of how women should treat a man to make him commit. And then he gives you different scenarios, like the guy who's been with you for ages but won't get married, the guy who's dating and maybe has a bit of a player history, how to like lock him down, all of these things. I think you should create, because you're a writer too, I think you should create a manual for women, like how to understand men better.
I have had the idea.
Yo, maybe I'm the
I
sign.
have had the idea because it's like so often I'm talking to women, I'm just telling them how men think, and they're like, "What? Really?
It'll hit number one
Men
if you
have
write it correctly.
men have feelings? Oh my
No,
god!"
come on.
There are loads of women.
Obviously, they're human.
There are loads of women who don't think men have feelings.
Nah, men have feelings.
No, don't. Like, how many women will get turned off if they see a man cry?
Oh, no. I mean, if he cries at like stubbing his toe, literally, I'd be like,
Yeah, but who cries at stubbing it?
because I need me a bit of an alpha man.
He-
You know?
he
I need him
cries
to
at
be a bit
stubbing it,
strong. But nah, like I don't. Nah, I've seen a man cry and I've not thought anything negative.
That's
If
you.
anything, I've instantly been like, oh my god, how can I help?
That's
like,
you.
Yeah.
But that's not all women. There's tons of women out there that they'll see a man crying. It's like the ick.
Oh no.
That's not attractive. Those women exist in abundance. So the thing is for a guy, it's like, all right, so there's this very natural human reaction, which is to cry, right? Which if you weren't supposed to be to do as a man, you wouldn't be able to do. Right? So you grow up and you have to suppress this urge.
Yeah, I do think some cultures raise you as like no crying. Like you gotta be tough. You gotta be.
That was a thing for me growing up, right? Because I was always like, whenever I got really emotional as a kid, I would cry. I always would. And it wasn't necessarily like crying. It's just like whenever I had heightened emotion, it would come out. So like whenever I had fights at school, I used to have loads of fights, but I'd always like be crying while fighting the guy. And it's like I'm there and I'm in it and I want to fight, but I've got tears strolling down my eyes. So like this whole idea of
I've had that when I'm angry though. I'm so angry, like my eye, like I'm not crying like, but it's like they'll fill up and then I'll shake because I'm just like, I've just seen red. Do you know what I mean? But it's not like a, yeah.
So I'm trying to imagine you seeing red.
Oh.
So people think
earlier.
people think they can't imagine me seeing red. But I can, and I can see red.
Yeah, I've seen
like
red before.
Red. But I can't imagine you
I'd
seeing
rather
red.
not see red.
Yeah. But okay, if we're going to be honest, right? If I'm going to be really honest, I like the version of me that I become when I lose my temper. I'm scared.
Really?
I like him and I'm scared of him at the same time. I'm scared of him, which is why he hardly ever rears his head, because I'm actually scared of him. But at the same time, I like him because he's like, I said, it'd be amazing to have a tiger, like this tiger just walk side by side. He's like my tiger, basically. So like he's there, the version of me that only some people have seen, but you see when Kieren loses his shit, right? Not the same guy at all. It's like, oh, I thought I knew who Kieren was, and it's like that guy.
Do you know what though? I think it's dangerous if you're not in control.
But I am in control.
Are you though?
Yeah.
So why are you scared of him? Because if you've got control, you're not
No,
scared.
because
Like if I had control over those lions today, I would not be scared. Are you joking? I wouldn't be like, ah.
I am scared of him because he is prepared. So here's the thing, it's like, is it control or is it not? So it's like, the version of me I become when I really lose my temper might be more inclined to make someone unhappy than me. Now, is that control or not? I mean, I don't know. It's like when I lose my temper, I don't care about your feelings as much. At all. Whether that's physically or emotionally. If we're talking like really losing my temper, and then in that moment...
Mine's been a bit of a minute since I've... Like, when's the last time you lost your temper and saw red?
Properly. Okay.
Would you say at least in the last year?
No.
Longer?
Yeah, I don't lose my temper often.
Yeah, I was going to say, because
When's the last time
I once lost it, but I was young. I was like, 18? And I screamed to the top of my lungs. I've never experienced that before.
No,
I was just like...
No, I have... Yeah, in the past couple of years I did, yeah.
But my experience with being with a narcissist has calmed me right down. Like my patience. Like I even get friends be like, I so wish I was as cool as you, like as calm as... Like, my whole suitcase situation, the way I got spoke by the woman. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm running late, but it's not like I've been sitting here putting my lipstick on, like, relax yourself. And then she was like, well, we could have left without you. Now, me not having as much of a control and being so calm, like my subconscious might be sitting there in my head being like, listen, you little blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? But my calmness is just like, okay, like my suitcase is stuck. It's shit, but it is what it is. Like if I sit here and react and get upset and start losing my head, do you know what I mean? Like it's not going to help. I did what was in my control. I sat there, tried to find my suitcase because I've got an air tag in it. Couldn't find it. And I was like, I guess we'll find out when I land in Phuket. And then I found out what happened and I was like, okay, really crap. I'm always like, what's in my control? Do you get me? I don't know if it's purely from my ex. There was something, and I feel like it is because that was like 3 years training in being very calm. But it's like, there's a switch that's flipped and it's really hard to unflip to make me not be so calm. Like I say, you can be calm and respond to things. Like when my dog passed, like it was heartbreak. I was crying a lot. Like I didn't care about much. Like it was just, that's all that's important right now is like he's gone and I need to deal with that. Do you get what I mean? But I wasn't losing my head and I wasn't out to get revenge in the world and I wasn't questioning God or any of that. It's just like I'm upset. I'm letting myself be it, but still I am naturally calm. And I think that can annoy some people because I'm so calm. Like, yeah, I've had girls come at me about things and I'll just tell them like this and that.
Is that because they're trying to trigger you or because they feel like you being calm means that you don't care about the situation as much as they do?
Could be that, or it could be that they've tried to get me to respond and I haven't given them what they wanted. Like there was a guy, there's a guy at my gym and we're cool. We were talking at front desk, right? This girl who doesn't go to my gym, her friend comes to my gym, saw us talking. She put 2 and 2 together, in my opinion. She got a 5, goes back to this girl, tells her about the situation. Bear in mind, these two have been broken up for a year, and me and him are entitled to talk. It's a gym that we go to. Like it wasn't, he was sitting opposite the table. Like, do you know what I mean? And then she's gone and told this girl, and this girl's got, from what I've heard, can be, I need to be careful with my words, but she can be quite loud or, put people in their place or like just be rude basically. And she comes through my work Instagram basically being like, it's a coincidence, this. And I was like, nah.
I mean, that's a compliment though, right?
Well, I just squashed it straight away. And then she didn't like it. And then she tried to come through again. And I was just like, look, it's not that deep. Like, you're deep in it. It's not that deep. So, like, leave it. And then I blocked her. And then I'm hearing that she's lost her head about it. And how dare I? And who do I think I am? And no. And I'm just like, wow. Like, who's got time for that? Because not me.
I mean, okay, so I heard 2 subliminal compliments from this woman about you.
About me?
Yeah.
From what I just said?
So basically, you're talking to some guy that she'd split up with like a year before.
Yeah. No, I was, talking to him at the gym.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounded like we were talking.
Fine.
I know, I'm just getting the facts out there.
Yeah, okay. So you were at some point engaged in some form of communication, verbal communication with this man, the gym.
Yeah.
This woman you'd split up with him a year prior.
Yeah.
Saw that and got offended.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. You know why?
Why?
Because she looks at you and she sees a woman that man would want, right? So she's like, whoa. So Eleni's clearly X, Y, and Z, right? So she sees you as being a desirable woman. That's why she didn't say it, but she thinks.
Okay, I'll take that.
She thinks you're desirable. She thinks that he would want you. He knows, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but whatever. She thinks so. She thinks it's entirely plausible that he'd want you as well, right? There you go. So it's like she thinks you're hot stuff. That's number one. Number 2.
Yeah, but she's good looking too.
Yeah, but she obviously finds you to be a threat. Okay? There you go. There you go. And then also, you said like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's not that deep. And she's like, who does she think she is? But you see, here's the thing. People don't say, who does she think she is, without thinking that she might be the person that we think she thinks she is. If you see what I mean?
Whoa, hold on. You got to break that down.
Okay. So she's like, who does she think she is? That bitch. Yeah, there you go. I like that. Yeah, do that.
Trying to like
Yeah. Right, stay locked in, right? Stay locked in. Who does she think she is? But the thing is, it's like So if I'm looking at you, I'm like, who does she think she is? The thing is, like, whoever I
Yeah,
think.
who does she think she is to talk to me like that? That was her.
But here's where I'm going with this. Whoever, let's say I'm annoyed at you, and I'm like, who does she think she is? But when I'm saying who does she think she is, what I'm saying is, I suspect there's a person that she thinks she is. That person that I think she thinks she is. I think she thinks she is. I think she actually is. I think she's actually the person that I think she thinks she is.
Yeah.
So what she's really saying is, you're that bitch. That's what she's saying.
And she ain't used to being told like that.
Exactly.
Because there's been other situations in that gym. Again, this guy just talking to the girl that I've heard that she's gone and been like, blah, 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 and then the girl's gone back being like, oh my God, no, babe. And normally I'd be like that. I'd be like, oh my God, no, like you got it all wrong. But I took a different approach. Soak it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
She thinks you're that bitch.
Yeah, I hear you, but I am.
There we go.
I don't know about BITCH, but I am.
Okay.
But my thing is, this is a work page. I ain't here for this ag. I ain't got time for it. The conversation weren't worth it. How am I in this? I don't want it anymore. Block. Go away. And just like that, gone. Peace. Like, you're 30, however old, 38, and you're trying to run this drama from a man that you whoever broke up with who a year ago, like. And then he was like, oh, yeah, she might come to the gym. I'm thinking, thank God I've learnt my boxing skills because now I got this and I got this.
You got hands now. Right?
I'm going to be good. Yeah. So, yeah.
But something I said to you earlier on today, we've had quite a long day, haven't we?
Yeah, very long.
But it's been a while. You know, like time crawls to it slows to a crawl when you're with someone that's just trying your patience. And it's a slog to get through.
Have I been training your patience there?
From start to finish. And it's like, oh my God, all she does is go on and on.
I mean, you didn't have to spend time with me.
I didn't, but it's like, why?
You could have left from the minute we said hi.
I really could, but you know,
when
you're raised a certain way. That's not polite, is it?
No, if I don't want to do something, I'm not doing it.
Well, you know what? That's a flaw within me. I should have just turned around.
Are you being serious right now?
Obviously not.
So,
we're recording a podcast.
Yeah, don't try and be funny then, because it's not working.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be. I'm being funny.
No. Is anyone laughing?
Yeah, they are. I'm laughing. Look at this smile. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Yeah.
Do you think my legs look good?
You know what? I actually can't see the screen from here.
So why do you keep staring at it?
Screen. Talk about your legs. I can see me in the screen. But your legs are kind of small, so I can't really.
They're small.
On screen?
What a dig.
They're small on screen.
I know, my foot.
Do you not want small legs? That's what a lot of women want, right?
No, I don't want small legs.
Yeah, I never understand this idea that being really skinny like a stick figure is attractive.
Apparently it's coming in.
Is it?
I don't know. I just think the body's the receipt. I started training for the body and to recover bulimia, but it's become the receipt and the lifestyle stayed. I'm actually excited to get into my training over here. Really excited, actually. I need to decide what gym to go to.
Have we spoken about bulimia?
I don't think so. You want to talk about it? I said, I don't think so. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. What was that like?
How?
Okay. So bulimia is the one where anorexia is where you basically eat and throw it all up.
No, anorexia is when you don't really eat.
Oh, of course.
Binging is when you overeat. And bulimia is when you binge and then you purge it. So bulimia is actually the one where it's harder to tell in someone because they look normal. Do you know what I mean? So I was getting a lot of comments of you can't tell, you look normal. You don't need to lose weight. Everyone thought I was doing it to lose weight. I wasn't doing it to lose weight. It was my coping mechanism.
So I had an ex who used to overeat. And I didn't notice at the time. But there were little things that looking back, I should have noticed now. So she used to buy sweets, packets of sweets or what. And maybe she'd buy some at 7 p.m. on a on a Monday, or like a pretty big, massive packet. And then I'd come back the next day and the whole thing was gone. It's like, whoa, like, but it was slightly unusual, but I didn't really think too much of it. It's like, whoa, like she really does polish off a lot of food. All right, well, like, good for her. And then I would come back from work, and bearing in mind I've been like living in central London, I've been at work until like, I don't know, 6 or 7 in the evening. Then I get back and I'm knackered, I'm shattered. I just want to sit and do nothing. And she would have to go for a walk. And we'd be walking through the streets of London for like an hour to
To
hour and a
burn
half.
off.
Yeah, but like at the time, I didn't know that's why we're doing it. It was so annoying at the time. Like, couldn't you have just done this while I was gone? She wasn't working at the time, but she had to do it. She had to do it. And yeah, she was like absolutely freaking out. So she would just overeat food and then get scared and terrified and then have to like burn it off. And she had a watch. And she's spoken about all this stuff publicly as well, so I'm not like putting her business out there. But she had a calorie watch, and she was always seen to see how much she'd eaten or how much she'd burning off, and her whole life was around it. And she had this absolute terror about her body, about her figure.
This is why I say Garden of Eden. You know, like when my dog passed, I've never dealt with grief like that before. And something didn't feel right. And I was like, okay, my age and my fitness, like I don't understand this feeling. And I didn't connect the two. So I went and got a blood test to check my panels. And it turns out everything was fine. But I've never felt this way. Do you get what I mean? So that's where it like I felt uncomfortable in my skin, and I was like, this isn't like me. It's not like me to not feel comfortable in my skin anymore. Like this, I feel disconnected almost to myself. And then it became a thing of like imposter. If I show up on socials and I couldn't talk, like you can't pull me up a live story of in the moment where I'm there showing off my body, proud of it because of how I felt. Do you get what I mean? Because I felt so uncomfortable in it. But there was no losing myself in the process. It was like, okay, this is unfamiliar. Let me look into it. And then I just landed at, it's just grief. It's what I'm going through. And also then the heat didn't help. And that's another reason why I was like in Thailand, you know, I'm going to eat good food. I'm going to move my body. It's going to help me mentally. Hopefully that will like, again, pull back into me and just get me out of the norm. But with what you're saying about your ex, can you see how that lifestyle can destroy you?
Yeah,
Where mentally every day, I'm sure she woke up like I did, where it was like calories, that's all that's on your mind is what are you going to eat and how you're going to, and then it's being scared that you're not going to have control and so it's going to take over you, where you're then going to have to do X, Y, and Z to counteract all the food that you ate. It's, and you almost like, I used to like pray and ask to be put into a home where they'll control my eating and my activity, because the one thing about food when you've got an addiction like that is you need it to survive. You can't just like alcohol and drugs, and I've never been addicted to either of those or had a problem with them, but like in reality, do you need them to survive? Like the human body can't, I mean, they might feel, I'm sure those who are addicts to alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, whatever, might feel like they need it, but like the reality is, I'm sure, I don't know scientifically, but yeah,
you
but
don't need it.
food you do. And that I used to battle with that of like, it's so hard to overcome something that you actually need to survive, like how. And I had to change my career because of it, because I used to work in hospitality. Had to change it to working behind the desk in events, which is so not like me at the time. Yeah, and like my breakfast, say if I had Weetabix with milk and some peanut butter, I'd be like, oh my God, I've eaten 400 calories. Like, and I'm allowed 1,200 and I've eaten 400. Like I've eaten nearly half of my daily allowance and it's before 9 a.m. How am I going to get through the rest of the day? And like, you're trying to do this calorie macro calculation. It's not the way to live. It would just get in the way of everything. I used to walk down the bread aisle in Tesco and panic, get anxiety attacks because of all the carbs.
Just from the carbs.
Just because I'm surrounded by bread. I remember PT.
Just by like the idea of you eating.
It's just, yeah, it's kind of like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by the foods I shouldn't have and I'd love to indulge. And
temptation.
I used to go around to different McDonald's drive-thrus so they wouldn't clock me. And I used to pretend like I'm ordering for the family. Oh yeah, so I'm going to get this and this for my kids, and then can I get this, and then I'll have this. What? Have you done that?
No, but that was very...
vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's true. And
I
anyone...
really respect that, because you didn't have to say that, and I can tell that came from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real vulnerability. So props.
Yeah, thanks.
Go on.
Yeah, all sorts, like, what is it? Peanut butter. I used to have it in my work drawer. At home, every time I come home, I'd feel like it was talking to me. There were times where I'd have to put bleach in the jar and put the lid back on and throw it in the bin so that I wouldn't touch it. It's mad. And now I can have peanut butter in the house. I'm not even bothered. Yeah. And I'm happy to be open about it. One, because it's the truth. And two, I came to the realization that there is nothing that I have been through in my bulimia that someone else, I'm sure, hasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, if anything, not that many women, I don't think, watch this. But men deal with eating disorders as well.
Our female viewership is really climbing.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah. This stuff I do is really resonating with women,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, and do you know what? This is why I pride myself on what I do as a coach, because I've been through an eating disorder, and at the time there was no online coaching. That was just my only options were therapy, which didn't work for me at the time. So I went through 9 years of dropping and picking myself back up to learning the mindset side, because essentially I was an obese person trapped in a slim person's body, the way my thought process was. And then I went into bodybuilding, so I got to learn about that side of things in terms of how nutrition really can change the body and training can sculpt it, and the discipline side of things.
So
and
you
then
really
photo shoots and
understand.
stuff. I really get it.
You really understand your clients. Yeah. Something I was going to say. What the hell was I going to say?
How amazing I am.
You are amazing. I do think that. What was I going to say?
Why are you flexing?
Why do you care? It's a real
You
question.
can't see mine.
Let me let a man flex.
Wee.
Actually, to be fair, I wasn't even flexing. I was actually stretching. I just tend to do that when I'm going to stretch. So, I was speaking about... Oh, my God. Yeah. Should you start an OnlyFans? So,
No,
there's a question that we...
I'm not starting OnlyFans.
No?
No, never.
Okay, but you...
Never say never, but no.
Never say never.
It's against...
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking the viewer.
Does it matter what they say, though?
I mean, the engagement would be good, right? Just something to bring
I
up.
mean, OnlyFans work for my hands. There's a camera.
And anyway, as I can't remember where I was going now, I've been derailed multiple times in this episode,
I
but
do have that tendency.
tis what it is. It's killing me, because then as soon as we end, I'm going to go, oh my
I
God, that
know,
was
but
it.
I've got 2 questions.
Go on.
I keep this short though, because
Yeah, okay.
I'm interested, but like it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
The necklace, what does it mean?
Oh, okay, so I got this gold chain a little while ago, right? And I got it, it's like, okay, cool.
I said keep it short.
For this, and I'm just going to drag it out for as long as possible.
No.
Anyway, I got the gold chain a while ago, yeah? And then I interviewed a friend called Anna, like about 3 weeks ago or so, and she sells these stones, basically, which supposedly they will interfere with the vibrational field in your body and basically, like, bring about some form of positivity into your life. Do I necessarily think that's true? Not necessarily. Am I open to the possibility of it being true? Yeah. At the very least, I think it looks good. Yeah, it's quite cool. So there we go. I added Anna's crystals onto my existing gold chain.
What do you lot think? Should Kieren keep the gems or no?
Well,
Let us know in the comments.
yeah, let us know. But just so
maybe
we're
I could add
clear,
1 or 2 tomorrow.
just so we're clear, I am keeping this regardless. But yeah, what I like about this actually, so it's like the gold chain is kind of like
Manly.
modern.
Manly.
Yeah, but I would say like it's indicative of society, right? It's like a gold chain, you know. Rappers wear gold chains or whatever. It's like very modern Western society, but this is like spiritual and hippy dippy. This is like, you know, energies and chakras and things.
Does
and
mine
I've
give
got
ghetto?
the 2. Huh?
Does mine give ghetto?
Give what?
Ghetto.
Your outfit, your chain.
My chain.
Yeah, kind of.
No, does it not give like
Kinda.
elegance?
Nah, it's a bit too thick. It's kind of thick. Anyway, that's question number 1. What's question number 2?
What's your plan? You asked me what my plan is. We've been in Thailand, etc. What's your plan?
We've been in Thailand. I don't have a plan for being in Thailand.
What's your plan? Just plan.
I am growing this platform to be absolutely big, huge, massive, and epic, right? So here's something I've been manifesting for like the past couple of weeks. I'm gonna have Eminem here in like 3-4 years or so. Gosh, now I've really got to fucking do it. But yeah, like Eminem, I'm gonna be sitting opposite Marshall Mathers, and we're gonna be talking about like how he created his music, where we got started, but also like love and things like that as well.
Why him of all people?
Because he's my favorite rapper of all time.
Okay.
Like of all time. The connection I used to have with that guy from like the age of like 16 to 26, huge.
Something I love about music with that is how you can connect and this, yeah.
Because like, here's the thing. So I've always listened to rap, right? I've always listened to it, but I just kind of listened to it like most people do, where I was I'm enjoying the song, but I'm not paying attention to how it's written.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to him when I was 16. And then he made me appreciate bars. Because I'd be listening. I was like, oh, yeah, he's really angry. I like that. And I was like, whoa, the way he put that together was really clever.
Yeah. I think that about Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne's good.
Actually, is that a
Yeah,
fact?
like...
I actually think he's.
So Lil
bad.
Wayne's got one of Lil Wayne's songs is like one of my favorites of all time. I'm Me.
On me.
I'm Me.
I'm me.
You know that one?
I don't know.
I'm me. I'm me. I'm me, baby, I'm me. So who you?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
You're not me. And I know that ain't fair. I don't care. I'm a motherfucking cash money millionaire. Last year they had the Grammys and left me in Miami, sleeping on a nigga like I'm rapping in my jammies.
I think you need to sign up. You need to get onto him. Like,
I would like to have Lil Wayne, but anyway, the point is this, right?
have you ever been into music?
I'm rapping when you sleep, huh?
Have you ever been into like doing your own music?
God, I've thought about it.
I feel like you have.
All right, there was a period, like some 20 years ago, when I used to like produce music. And I gave up on it after about a year. But I did do that. But like, all right, is there an alternate reality where I'm a rapper? There really is. There so is. It's like I can actually freestyle half decently. Like you could throw
like what
a
you
beat
just did
on.
then was, I mean, I could. It was a start.
You could throw a beat on now, and I could probably freestyle for like 20, 30 seconds. And like with flow as well. But the point is this.
See, I think I'm good at. I think if I had the right lessons, I'd be a good singer. I think I've got a good starting point, but I'd need lessons. There's no way I could just.
Yeah, well, I'd need to like dedicate myself to rapping. I don't know, but like, is there an alternate reality where I'm a rapper? There most definitely is. And honestly, it's just one of these things where every year I'm like, oh, Kieren, you should really start rapping. But it just feels long. It's like, oh my God, I have to start.
I know what you mean, because I feel like I'd be a sick DJ, but I'm like, that's effort. And I don't want anything to pull away from.
You want to know a sport I know I would have dominated at there's two sports I know that if you clone me, right, and then take that cloned version of me and push it into those sports world class. Number one, rugby. Because we used to play British Bulldog. You ever played that at school?
No.
British Bulldog is like rugby, but without the...
It's a bit like American football, isn't it?
Rugby.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, that and gymnastics.
Really? Didn't see that one come in.
Yeah. Very agile.
Yeah, I think in another life I could easily be a backup dancer.
Yeah.
Or just a dancer, teach dance class. I still could do that now, to be fair.
Strike me as particularly coordinated. And that is how you deliberately get under your co-host skin.
I just saw what you were doing and I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, that's right. You this is what we were talking about earlier. Right? So you felt the emotion, but you decided to not lean into it. Okay, composure. Right, and then like you said, like you just cut people off. Right? It's like this ain't working for me. You're not worthy of my energy. Okay, I'm getting that look.
No,
joking.
Oh,
good God.
So see, comedian, no for you.
What?
That for sure.
Stop it. I'm very funny.
Is it dry sense of humour? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Do you think I'm funny?
Not really.
I thought you'd say that because you think you're funny, whereas I don't think you're funny, but I think I'm funny.
I mean, I don't know. You laugh a lot when I'm talking.
I don't know about that.
Been known to happen. You have funny moments. Anyway, yeah, I guess we're done. But it has been a lovely conversation, Eleni.
It has. I didn't think we'd be in Thailand doing a podcast,
Yeah,
but here we are.
but
So
here we are.
the impossible is possible.
Mm.
Even when you didn't think it was possible, it's possible. So don't start dreaming, guys.
I mean, I wouldn't say I thought doing a podcast with you again was going to be impossible.
In Thailand,
It's impossible.
I wouldn't have put it on there.
I mean,
I didn't know I was going to
wouldn't
be in
have
Thailand a
I
month
wouldn't
ago.
have predicted it.
You wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have predicted it,
Yeah, no, me.
but I wouldn't have said it's impossible.
But here we are.
But here we are. Yeah, I definitely didn't see it coming. I was like, hey, Kieren, I'm actually going to take a trip to the region of the world that you happen to be in. It's like, okay.
You were like, please come Bali.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, if we're going to meet, you're going to have to come Thailand. And you're like, okay.
More or less. Yeah, that's more or less what happened, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you went with the flow there.
Yeah, there you go. I got nothing to prove. Anyway, yeah,
We're going to go get some food now.
Yeah, we need more food.
We need more
Because
food.
I am hungry.
I don't want some
And by the
dessert
way,
as well.
anyone, if I see him particularly relaxed, we keep looking at the screen and not the camera. So if I see him particularly relaxed, I have had those CBD gummies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They've made an impact.
Maybe you need to give me one, another one.
Yeah. It's like, gosh, I just feel warm.
Really?
That's why I keep smiling. You know, I've had a massive smile. It's the CBD.
I think it's because I'm here.
That too. That too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah. You're here and I've had the CBD. So, okay, I'm happy. Anyway. Oh, by the way, so Eleni's details are on screen, but for the love of all that's good and holy, if you are a woman and you're like, I am unhappy with my body, she is the human being to help you get to where you want to be. So,
All confidence in your body as well.
yeah, all confidence. And so Eleni posts testimonials, which I see on your story.
Do you?
Yeah,
Good.
I pay attention.
Good.
And it really does look like you are changing these women's lives as well. It's very cool to see. And I know that you like to tease things like this, but underneath you, like I said at the start, there's like a huge heart, very big heart, and you clearly want to help. Like you want to help these women. So for the woman who's watching, and she didn't even know I was going to say this, but neither did I, to be fair. If you want a coach who's actually going to help you and like give a crap and want you to get to where you want to be, like sign up with her. So that's that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And if you're a man who's watching this and you're like, well, I like the cut of Kieren's jib. Well, actually, anyone, if you like what's going on, for the love of God, please subscribe. Like and comment and subscribe. And you're doing that for a couple of reasons. Number one, because...
It's free.
Yes, and because my inner child, right? So there's adult Kieren, right, with his big muscles and things like this. All right, cool. But inside here is actually like little Kieren, who's still 7. Yeah, I know. I've got to stop. I look so good, though.
He
But
keeps looking at himself.
I
and
keep
not
looking at myself, yeah. I've got to stop. Anyway, little Kieren likes it when you like, comment, and subscribe. He absolutely loves it. So do it for him, but also for the algorithm as well, because when you engage, you're telling YouTube to show the video to more people. And that is that. So thank you. Merci beaucoup. Goodbye, good day. Au revoir.